It's not the English Premiership or La Liga, it's the Scottish Lowland Football League, Tier 5 of the Scottish Pyramid. And I'll tell you what, it's not for the faint of heart. It's arguably the most competitive league in Scotland, and on their day, every team in the league can beat each other. It's tight, it's aggressive, and it's full of talent. It's also the pathway into the SPFL.
That battle us down.
And for us to be successful, we need to be at our best. We need to defend like warriors, fight for every ball, and take our chances when they come.
Oh, what's the goal?
Every 3 points must be earned. We must leave everything on the pitch. Every game is an opportunity to show who we are and what we can do. So let's go out there and show them.
Lennon Walker just at the penalty spot, he shoots and he scores! And the Braves are ahead, it's Lennon Walker. A low drive into the bottom right corner. Caledonian Braves lead here and the players are all celebrating. I'll be keeping the pressure up the right hand side. Greg Stewart comes across to deal with it. It's frustrating there for the Braves to give away a free kick right down by the corner flag. It's going to be swung in by Duncan now. Flashed across the near post, the header comes and hits the underside of the bar and goes in. And Albion have got a late leveller here. A late heartbreak for the Braves. Just cracked the woodwork a few moments ago with a powerful strike. And gets away and Rowling's that Butterworth's down.
Oh, that's not a good
hit.
sign.
The Braves are attacking. Robbie Stewart sends across in. It's deep over everyone, and that looks really bad for Zach Butterworth there.
Yeah, I mean, losing Zach was really disappointing at the time, and Zach is a boy that had been with us before. I've known Zach since he was 14, 15 when he was part of the Rangers 2001 squad that I coached all the way back then.
Going off there, Leon signals to the bench. Braves are going to have to make another change.
Losing him was going to be pretty impactful. It was in the game against Broomhill. We managed to win that game 1-0, and I knew at the time when Zach tried to recover the ball and the way his kind of studs caught in the turf, I did feel at the time it was probably going to be a bad one. So obviously Leanne assessed it, and it turned out to be quite a lengthy spell on the sidelines. It wasn't a big game as such, but it was a game I had question marks over the squad. Can you go to Berwick Rangers, down there, which is a good journey, and they're always pretty decent at home. You've just lost one of your best players in the game previous to that. Also within the context of that game, we got Daniel Martin sent off relatively early, and we went on to score through Ross McNeil. At that point, I took Ross off. It was quite a big decision at the time, and how to, manipulate the squad. I felt that was the game that I saw Ryan Murray. That was the game that I saw Conor McLaren, and that was the game that I saw Reg McLaren. I always knew what Cammy has got in his locker, but those guys stepped up magnificently. So that gave me real confidence to say, right, if we lose 2 or 3 players throughout the course of the season, we have a good squad. I always knew that, but obviously you're always looking for evidence of the quality of squad that you've got, and the depth of squad that you've got, and I felt I got that, and that was a real starting point. Going back to the Gretna game, when I'm reflecting back on that stage of the season, I felt that was the kind of start of a bit of a bad run of injuries for ourselves. I ended up having to pull Josh Gemmell back from a loan that I just organised the week before. Josh went in and played, and it felt like a game that was not much in the game. It was really kind of raggedy type of game, and there wasn't much flow to the game. We ended up getting the opportunity of the game. They get their goalkeeper sent off, we got a penalty kick. We unfortunately missed the penalty kick, which we have done recently as well. So that was a kind of disappointing one, but again, it always goes back to everything in football challenges you. Okay, you've had a bit of a sticky result, a game that, on paper that everybody feels that you should win, albeit Gretna are a much changed side from years gone by, and we didn't win it. So how do we react for that?
Beautiful day here at Alliance Park as we welcome Gretna 2008 for the 9th league game of the season. It's also a very special day because we'll have some very special visitors today, some investors from America, which is now becoming a habit. I think it seems like every week we get new investors from America coming to visit. Mutaba, who's the lead investor, is coming with some friends and fellow investors. Nazir Chris, Alex, Tide, and of course Isaiah Covington, who you may know from social media, who just won recently the NBA championship with Boston Celtics. With them, they're bringing some nice gifts from Kansas City Current, of all football teams. We have 3 owners who play for Kansas City Current who have donated their strips to put up in the hospitality suite, so that's a very nice gesture and it's very welcome. And again, it just shows you the reach that we have here at Caledonian Braves with fans from all over the world, which is very encouraging and very positive.
First place Caledonian Braves travel to take on third place East Kilbride at K Park Training Academy. A massive game here in the Lowland League. The early title favourites, East Kilbride, currently lagging behind the Braves, who are hot on their heels.
So going into the East Kilbride game up at K Park was obviously we were on the back of unbeaten run. I think only East Kilbride had lost only 1 game to that point. So it was always going to be a little bit of a test for us, and I think you know, both teams were at the top end of the league, so it kind of been billed in the Lowland League, I suppose, as a bit of a kind of grudge match, a bit of a match that would test us, because East Kilbride's been an established club at the top end of the league. They've put a lot of finance into it, they've put a lot of infrastructure into their club, and they're well run, and they expect to go on and win the league. But I knew going into that I had the tools in the toolbox, namely the players, to go and win that game. And East Kilbride have got a certain way of playing, and I felt in that particular game we combated that well. But we know, I mean, I've went up to K Park plenty of times and got good results, so I'm fully confident whoever we play in this league that we go and win. But we have to be honest and say East Kilbride's put a lot of finance in it. They've got a really strong squad. They've got a good number of players in their squad. Run a different sort of financial model to ourselves, and they went in as favourites, I would say, probably on the day. And obviously with the result that we had, I was so proud of the players.
Hey, it's Rob Chamberlain from Jacksonville, Florida. Owner of the Braves here, co-owner, part owner. Over here for a game. I combined it with a trip to London to see my Jacksonville Jaguars play the Patriots, so I'm getting 2 football games for 1. This morning, plenty of things to see here. So this morning I got up early, rented the car, drove up. I went to Doon Castle, I went to Stirling Castle, and I went to my namesake. I'm part Drummond, so I went to Drummond Castle and Gardens. So that was 3 castles in 1 morning, and still made it back with 15 minutes to spare to get here to catch some Caledonian Braves.
It always, and this is no exaggeration in any way, it truly amazes me when we see people coming across, because obviously from my side of things you see, the investments going up, the people who are investing, and you hear the stories. Me and Chris talk all the time, and every time we talk about things to do with owners investing in the club and the interest that it's growing in the club, it's incredible. And then on top of that, you've got somebody coming from Tasmania, which is the other side of the world, obviously, which is truly incredible. And the one thing I do hope is that they had a good time, but I hope to see and they feel that they get an authentic club. The people who are working in the club are pretty authentic, they're real people, so it's important to us, and I hope that comes across to any owner from wherever they come from in the world.
Cammy Bredner, who rolls his foot over the ball now, he's bought himself a bit of time. Can he get a shot away? And he does. What a fantastic strike that is from Cammy Bredner. That is a laser from 30 yards.
We know Celtic B players are playing for the most successful team in the country at the moment, so you're up against a good quality and calibre of player, but we wanted to disrupt them in every way possible, and I think the boys done that.
Redknapp swings it in, it's flicked on, and it's all the way in! And there's Robbie Stewart getting his first Caledonian Braves goal.
We also added our own quality and we started to dominate within the game as well. So I was really happy in that game. Obviously the scoreline was very, very good. So it's winning 5-1, and I think if I remember right, that was the game that Ross McNeil got his 100th goal also, and he topped it off with getting 101 goals. So obviously big congratulations to Roscoe at the time. So yeah, and I was happy with that, because the B teams can be a tricky game. They can, like I say, they've got some good players and move the ball about quickly, so you need to be on your game with that. And I felt tactically, from a coaching point of view, we got it spot on.
Cup. Makes no mistakes. It's 5 for the Braves.
5-1. Crazy. I was hoping for the clean sheet, but you know, 5-1, can't complain with that.
So the Musselburgh away tie, they're a team that play in the division below us, so Tier 6 in the East Scotland region. They were top of their league, undefeated, but I was really confident going into that game. I felt like it was going to be quite a partisan crowd there. I think it was potentially over, you know, maybe 700-800 people there at the game, maybe more. And that's something that we've probably not experienced, or the players have not experienced. I've experienced it, of course, but in the past, we were going away, the pitch would be difficult to play on, tight park, crowd on top of you. So different parameters for us to deal with, and I thought initially we dealt with it well. We got our tails in front, and I was really delighted with that particular point. I felt at the time we would just go and get control of the game. Fair play to Musselburgh, they came back into it, they got a man sent off. There should have been another man sent off for the incident with Ryan Murray and their captain. So I was really disappointed that the refs never managed to see that. If that had happened, I felt it would have been a different outcome. But it wasn't. We still should have been able to win the game when you're in a position where you're 1-0 up. So we didn't manage to win the game, and that was, I would say, that was our first defeat in a long time, and that was a big disappointment to have to deal with that. It really was, because I think the boys had all fancied themselves in that game, and they fancied themselves to go and progress. I was very confident that we could go and progress, and we never managed to do that. So that was the first big challenge, where it was on the back of a disappointing situation that we had to overcome.
He's picked the ball back in the middle of the park. A long shot. The winning save!